vlog to. TBR. So, today, my book club decided that we're going to start a 24 hours readathon. So, I am going to start now. I think they have started their readathon last night. Not sure, but we're gonna start it now. I'll show you guys my book club members. Hello! Nagpa-vlog na ako. Jory!
Let me get clay.
So, that's May. That's Abby. I don't know if she's gonna join. This is Jory's. And of course, me. So, before we start this 24-hour readathon, I am not quite sure what books to read yet. So, I have to pick a book first. So, the first book I have in mind is this. If you guys don't know, this is actually my TBR for June. But I want to continue reading it just because I think I like the second book of the O'Malley series by Katee Robert, but I wanted to read the other book. So I am on the third book of the series. Now, I don't know what to read next, but I have my eye on The Striker by Anna Huang, so I might read this in our 24-hour readathon. I also wanted to read Ali Hazelwood's book, so I might read The Love Hypothesis. I am seeing a lot of good things about this book, so we're going to read this as well. Now, I wanted to read Happy Place by Emily Henry too. I was supposed to read this, I think, last March or April, I don't know, but we're going to read this as well. So, those are the books that I will read for our 24-hour readathon with my book club. And I will start my timer on my phone. Not yet though, but we will have it here. So, this is going to be my timer. I'll press start in a while. You just have to do something really quick before I press start. I also have my tabs ready. So, I'll be back in a jiffy and we will read the books. So, I have my book ready. I have my audiobook ready. I have my earphones fully charged. I have my coffee and snacks. So, let's go ahead and start the 24 hours readathon with my book club. Binabasa ko, page 9 pa lang naglablaban na. Diyos ko po. So, I had to pause my 24-hour reading because I have to make dinner and we had a little raffle with our book club, so I have to pause it. And my phone is low-bat as well, so I have to charge it and then we'll continue doing the readathon after dinner and after taking a shower. So, it's gonna probably, I have to take a rest for 2 hours or 3 before we go back to our readathon. 1:25 a.m. and I feel so sleepy. And I still have, I would say, 21 hours to go. But I'm happy. I'm almost like 50% done with my book. So, we'll continue this tomorrow because I am super sleepy. My eyes are so heavy. Still have 17 hours and 47 minutes. And I'm almost done with the first book that I am reading. And I think I can finish this after 15 minutes, to be honest. Because, like, this is just like the rest of the book that I need to finish. I think I still have 20% more, but almost done. Done. I don't know how to feel about it. It's like I don't like it, but I don't hate it. I don't love it, but it's okay. So it's quite hard to explain. I think it's because of how the relationship of the main male characters got into the spicy scene first before getting to know each other. And I don't know, I think all of the stories of the O'Malley series were like they all got into a war with an enemy mob or powerful person in the same area, and then they ended up being in a relationship with either the brother, the sister, or the, I don't know. It's like it's actually too predictable. I think I have been reading it for a while, and I've been reading it consecutively, so I think I should take a break from reading the fourth book. I still don't know how I should feel about this and the ending. Although I love it because the female main character is a single mom, but I still don't know how. I still don't know what to feel about the process of the story and the plot, in all honesty. I don't know what's my rating for this. I don't know. I'm actually confused about the story. Or, or maybe it's just me, but I am done with this and we're gonna move on to my next book. I think I will read about 2 to 3 books first before reading the fourth book, just for me to have a rest with the kind of mafia, morally gray story. So I'm going to read this next, but I have to wrap it in plastic cover. If you don't know me, that's how I read my books. So yeah, and we're gonna pick some tabs as well. So I don't like this for this. You see, it doesn't match the cover, so we have to change that. So I still have 16 hours and 26 minutes to go for me to finish our 24 hours readathon. So let me wrap my books and do some stuff first, and then you'll read this in a while. So I changed my mind. I wanted to read a thriller horror book, which is my palette cleanser. I think the reason why I can't explain my feelings about the last book I read is because I have been reading the series, so I need the palette cleanser, which is thriller. It's my go-to palette cleanser. So I'm gonna start reading now. So we're gonna read this, and I already have my timer ready here. Hopefully I can finish this today if I can. I'm not sure. I think it's gonna take 10 hours for me to finish this based on the audiobook of the book. So let's go ahead and read this book and see how long it's gonna take us to finish it. So it's 9:37 p.m. and I was not able to read a lot of hours today just because a lot of things happened. But I still have 14 hours left with our readathon. I'm gonna continue reading this tomorrow. Hopefully, I could read more. It is scary right away. I'm not gonna lie. It is a good book and it's very intriguing, and I can't wait to get to the plot itself or what is really happening in this book, because there's two POVs. The first one is Rachel, which is in the present time, and then the other POV is Megan, which is from a year ago. So I still don't know what's happening between the two of them, but it seems like Rachel is, I think she's depressed. Same thing with Megan. I just don't know what's the cause of their depression. That is what I want to know, because there's a lot of things happen here. Something happened with Rachel that was not fully explained in this book, but it seems like something happened to her. It seems like she got into a fight, but it's like a question to her, to herself as well, because she doesn't know what's happening and she doesn't know what happened. So that's what I wanted to know. I am so excited to read this for tomorrow. And that's actually one of the reasons why my go-to palette cleanser when I'm too burnt out into a specific genre is thriller or mystery or horror. It's exciting and it makes me want to read more. I don't want to read the fourth book in the O'Malley series just yet, just because I feel so burnt out reading it. So I will read two different books first and then we'll try to get back to it. I don't know if I should read romance again or maybe I should just read thriller books. I have a lot here that I haven't read yet. Maybe I should get back to Corinne Slaughter. But I'm not quite ready for her just because of how scared I was with Pretty Girls. Still have 11 hours and 13 minutes and I'll continue reading tomorrow. I need to sleep because Apollo has school tomorrow. So, have to take a rest and hopefully I can finish this till Friday. Cross fingers. I still have 9 hours and 17 minutes. Hopefully we can finish this in a span of 2 days. I was doing a lot of editing of vlogs recently. That's why I was not able to read so much today. Finish up until page 280. And to be honest, I'm actually quite getting annoyed with the characters in this book. They are really annoying. Rachel, Megan, and Anna, they are really annoying for some reasons. But that's another reason why I'm so hooked up in this book, because I wanted to know what happened in this book and what's the ending. I am so curious. For some reasons, the characters are so annoying, but I wanted to know what happened. So that's the kind of feelings I have towards this book. So it's a little late. I have to take a rest. We will continue reading this tomorrow. Hopefully, I can wake up a little early so we can read for a few minutes before doing any housewife duties. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have predicted that it's, but I was not expecting that ending, to be honest. I was more surprised of the ending rather than the plot twist, just because of the clues and foreshadowing that was mentioned from different POVs. I can't say things without spoiling it, but all I can say, there has been a red flag from the very beginning. That's why I was able to predict who is who and what is what and what happened and who did this and that. I actually quite enjoyed it. It's just that the characters in this book were really annoying. This has 3 POVs from Megan, Rachel, and Anna. So I never felt any connection between the 3 of them. And maybe that's the reason I am quite annoyed. But I enjoyed it. And even though I have mentioned a lot of times that it's annoying, I do actually find it very intriguing and surprised that I wanted to read more and wanted to know the ending. And my prediction is on point. And if I'm going to be very honest, I'm not quite sure how many stars I should, give this book. Although I really love the ending, I'm not quite sure how I like the overall book, to be honest, because like I said, the characters were quite very annoying. Not quite. They are very, very, very annoying. So, I have to think this through and think how many stars I should give this. I have to think of the next book I should read, and I still have 6 hours. So, I don't know what book I should read. I'd probably continue reading Katee Robert book, but so I still have 1 hour and 35 minutes, and I am going to try to finish this today, and hopefully we can finish it before we pick up Paula from school. Damn.
Oh, I was such a fool when I fell in love with you.
So, the alarm went off, and I am done with my 24 hours readathon, though it took me a week. But I'm so happy I was able to finish it. Though I'm not done with the last book I am currently reading. I have few more pages to go, and I believe this is just like gonna take about 30 minutes. So I'll go ahead and finish this, and then I'll get back to you guys and see how many books we are able to finish within this 24 hours readathon challenge. I just finished Beautiful Vengeance by Katee Robert. I believe this is the fourth book. The fourth book of the O'Malley series. And I will give it 3 stars. Just because I think all of the books in the series have the same pattern. And they are all their siblings that fell in love with their enemies. All of them are all like a mafia boss, but it's their enemies. And this is like pretty much the same thing. I thought it was completely different. And I thought I'm gonna love it, but it's not bad. There are some good scenes and parts in this book, so I'm not gonna lie. However, it felt repetitive. And I think, like I said, there's like a pattern in all of the books. And there's another thing I have noticed that from in the very first or second chapter, I think that's with all of the books in this series. They all started being intimate rather than getting to know each other. And they are falling in love with each other with barely knowing who this other person is, which is I don't like it for some reasons. I don't know why, if it's just me or whatsoever. I just don't like that part. And I don't want to spoil the book, but there's a lot of things that I don't like in this book. But there's also a lot of things I like about it. That's why I always give most of the books 3 stars. Now, I will not read the next book in this series just because I don't want to feel burned out with the mafia dark romance story. So, I will read a different book, and that's gonna be Saving Noah by Lucinda Berry. One of my book club members lent this book to me, and she wants me to create a separate vlog for this book. So, that's what we are going to do. I wanted to talk about all of the books that I was able to finish during this 24 hours readathon. Though, just a disclaimer, this is not a straight 24 hours. I had some breaks and all that stuff. Most probably is because we just don't want to get into a reading slump. That's why we challenge each other in my book club to read a book within 24 hours. I think the very first person who was able to finish this challenge is Lindy. She's a fast reader, if I'm going to be very honest. So, she was able to finish first, and then I think she's going to start the challenge again this weekend where she's going to read like 24 hours straight, which I can't do that as of the moment. But if I'm gonna get a chance to do that, I will do it. I am glad to say that I was able to finish 3 books in this challenge. And the very first book I finished was Twisted Secret by Katee Robert. This is also part of the O'Malley series, and I believe this is the third book in the series. And I didn't like this very much for some reasons. I think I have a review about it in my Goodreads and all of my social media accounts. So if you haven't followed my social media accounts, all of the links will be in the description box below. You can check that so you can see my in-depth book review on each of the books I have in this channel. The second book that I was able to finish in this challenge is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I think I gave this 4 stars. And the reasons why I only gave it 4 stars is because I don't relate to any of the characters in this books, and they are all annoying in my opinion. It is kind of predictable, but I was not expecting the ending at all. It's still a good book overall. It's just that I feel like the characters are very annoying, and like I said, I don't connect to either one of them. And of course, I already gave you guys my review about this, and but if you want in-depth review for this. I will go ahead and put it on my social media accounts, and I will also create a book reading wrap-up for 3 months because I'm already out of my slump. And we read a lot of books this month. So July is a good month for me. And we will discuss all of that. I'm so happy I was able to finish 3 books. I believe this is just in 1 week, because of the 24-hour reading challenge in my book club, which is the Bookish Bunch book club. And I'm also so happy that you guys stayed with me throughout this challenge. And I am excited to create more book contents for you guys. I will also create other contents. As you know, I'm not just posting book contents, I'm also posting my weight loss journey. And I really enjoyed this process. And if you want more contents like this, please don't forget to subscribe and like and share my video. And I will see you on my next one. Bye!
Baby, when I look in your eyes, I can see you as a child. The river gives us every good thing.